Today, I want to understand Tai Lung's fate at the end of Kung Fu Panda 4. The snow leopard who broke out of Chorh Gom Prison, took down the Furious Five, and threatened the life of Master Shifu was brought back by the Chameleon. And while he was in the mortal world, it seemed like his time with the Dragon Warrior changed him for the better. But what does that mean for him going forward? Has Tai Lung finally been redeemed, or has he only taken the first step on a longer journey? What I'm wondering is whether or not there is hope for Tai Lung's future. Now, whether you're a Kung Fu master or you're a tiny bunny villager, if you want to find peace in your life, then you should have a comfy place in your home to relax, recharge, and sleep, which is why today's episode is sponsored by Helix Sleep. You see, Helix provides a simple and personalized experience to help you find your dream mattress. The way it works is that you start by taking Helix's sleep quiz, which will match you to the ideal mattress for your body and sleep preferences. For me and my partner Ashley, we needed something that was soft, supportive, and could keep us cool here in Florida. So we got paired with the Helix Sunset Luxe with Glaciotex. After we put in the order, in a few days the mattress showed up at our front door, rolled up in a compact box. I got to open it on the bed frame in a few minutes and it was ready to go. Now, I've been sleeping on it for a few nights now, and while I think it's great, Ashley loves it. She struggled to sleep on my previous mattress and during our staycation at Disney World, so I'm thrilled that she's finally comfortable and sleeping well. And I want the same thing for you. Helix offers a 10-year warranty, financing options, flexible payment plans, and a 100-night sleep trial on all of their mattresses to help you get into your dream mattress today. And of course, I have a discount available for all of you in our community. All you have to do is visit helixsleep.com/IsaacCarlson to get 20% off your Helix mattress plus 2 free pillows. Now, one of the main reasons that Kung Fu Panda 4 was such an exciting movie to look forward to was because Tai Lung was returning after being absent since he was skadooshed in the Valley of Peace back in the original film. For years, it was left ambiguous what had happened to him, but through Kung Fu Panda 3, we were introduced to the existence of the spirit realm and the reality that Po didn't completely erase Tai Lung, he transferred him to another plane of existence, and we knew that he existed there because Tai Lung appeared on Kai's chains. Before Kung Fu Panda 4 was even announced, we knew that Tai Lung was out there, but the big question was, would he actually seek redemption? I absolutely believed it was possible. I was certain that Tai Lung could evolve into someone who was capable of seeking forgiveness. Unlike Shen, who slaughtered innocents, and Kai, who remained steadfast in his resentment for centuries, I was hopeful that Tai Lung was capable of forging a new path for himself. Tai Lung was a dangerous being throughout his mortal life, but I was hoping that he would look for something more in death. But unfortunately, that was not the case. For the most part, when Tai Lung was brought back, it seemed like he was exactly the same. He was bitter, angry, and closed off. There was no indication that he had learned anything about himself and his life over the years since he was defeated by the Dragon Warrior. And honestly, that disappointed me. All of the most pivotal moments in his life were of him being beaten, humiliated, and humbled. Like on his original attempt to seize the Dragon Scroll, Tai Lung was taken down by Oogway. When he came to take his revenge on his master, Po erased him from the mortal world. And even after death, Tai Lung was defeated again when he was enslaved by Kai. From my perspective, Tai Lung's entire understanding of his life should have been permanently destroyed by Po. Tai Lung laughed at Po when he first saw him. He made fun of him throughout their fight and refused to accept that Po was a legitimate threat. But even when it was clear that Tai Lung was defeated, he didn't allow himself to accept the redemption that Po offered to him. The Dragon Warrior willingly explained the meaning of the Dragon Scroll to him, but Tai Lung would not embrace the wisdom that was shared to him even after he died. Tai Lung had been overwhelmed with the truth that all of the potential he had in his youth would not guarantee him the honor, respect, and love he hoped to achieve across his life. And apparently, he never reflected on that even in the spirit realm. Tai Lung didn't allow himself to change, so the misfortunes of his life continued to repeat. When Tai Lung rejected the Chameleon's request to share his Kung Fu knowledge with her, he was stripped of his Kung Fu and trapped within an enchanted iron cage. Once again, he was beaten down and humbled, and his life was put in the hands of Po. And of course, Tai Lung resented this fate. That's why when the Dragon Warrior came to defeat the Chameleon, Tai Lung lashed out at Po. Tai Lung told him that Oogway made a mistake choosing him as the Dragon Warrior and that he didn't believe in him. Even after all this time, Tai Lung's ego blinded him. Because at this point, he must have known that Po was the legendary warrior that Oogway had foretold of. I mean, for one, Tai Lung, you were defeated by Po. While existing in the spirit realm, you also must have seen all the villains that Po was sending there. And of course, Tai Lung, you were only freed from Kai's enslavement because of Po. He summoned a Chi dragon, took down Oogway's brother-in-arms, and crossed the divide between realms, which I would like to remind you took Kai 500 years to accomplish. Therefore, the only possible reason that Tai Lung wouldn't respect Po is because of his own self-image being damaged. He was just being immature and was blinded to the truth. But he eventually changed his ways. When Po beat the Chameleon and freed all of the villains, Tai Lung finally acknowledged Po as the Dragon Warrior. But does Tai Lung acknowledging Po as the Dragon Warrior mean he's redeemed? No, I don't think so. From my perspective, this should only be the beginning of his redemption arc. Like, yes, Tai Lung seems to have accepted that his destiny was not to be the Dragon Warrior, but he hasn't made amends and sought forgiveness for the destruction he caused across China. He's made a big step towards finding peace within himself, but he has yet to answer a big question. Who is Tai Lung without the pursuit of being the Dragon Warrior? Tai Lung has to accept the role he played in his own life, embrace his ability to change, and have empathy for his father. And I think that will inevitably happen. You see, at some point, Shifu will die and transition into his eternal existence in the spirit realm. And when that happens, I don't see a future where Tai Lung will be able to resist pursuing inner peace any longer. Across an infinite amount of time, I just can't imagine how a Tai Lung would be able to ignore the guidance of his father, because there's no one in the universe who loves him or desires to see him healed more. I think Tai Lung and Shifu's relationship will thrive again. And when that happens, I believe Tai Lung will finally be able to forge a new path for himself as a hero. But now I'd like to turn the conversation over to you. What do you think will happen to Tai Lung next? Let me know in the comments or over on our private Discord server, which you can gain access to by clicking the join button and becoming a member. Of course, if you'd like to stay up to date with all of the Kung Fu Panda 4 videos that are coming up, consider subscribing. And finally, I'm Isaac Carlson. Thanks for watching and have a magical day.